Make sure you talk to a licensed financial advisor if you're ready to do some investing. But let's talk about it, family. Investing carries risk, but I'm looking at something that I can see 5xing from here. There's never going to be a guarantee on the market, but this thing has been making people money time and time again, and you heard of it many times. Before I get to it, I want to encourage you to download the Moomoo app and get yourself a nice bonus. Exclusive offer up to $1,000 of NVIDIA and 8.1% interest on your uninvested cash when you get in, family. Go to Moomoo. Download that. It's the best app around. Now, I want to talk about that asset that I was talking about. And what is it? It's literally Bitcoin. It's that simple. I know you're thinking to yourself, wow, could it be so simple? Yes, it is that simple. I'm not giving you a guarantee, but everybody in the past who have been buying Bitcoin have been getting paid time and time again. Why? Because the institutions are now really going heavier than ever before. Bitcoin is currently $109,000. And I already know what people are thinking, right? The naysayers who are already counting themselves out. They thinking, I don't got $109,000 to be able to buy one. But you don't need $109,000 to buy one when you could buy even $10 worth of Bitcoin or even $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And that would be the equivalent if Bitcoin went from 100,000 to 500,000. That would be like XRP, or a smaller cryptocurrency. XRP is currently $2.80. That would be like getting in that and then it go up to about $14. So what's the difference? The difference is you could actually look at Bitcoin and it's 100,000 and XRP is $2. So then people think that one is going to be able to move more than the other, but that's not how it works. And we just got the Binance founder named CZ who predicts Bitcoin is going to reach $500 to $1 million this cycle. Is he right? He could very well be dead wrong. But long term, I personally believe that we're going to see a $500,000 Bitcoin. But what if we see a $14 XRP? Should we have went over and got into that? Family, the percent gain would be the exact same. That's the key here. So I just want to reiterate this to the people in the back. If you bought Bitcoin right now and then it went up to 500K, that's like having $10,000 in Bitcoin and then boom, it go to 50K. If you had $10,000 in XRP and then XRP went from $2.80 to $14, that would be the same exact gain. You would both be at 50K in each situation. So the name of the game is to make money on a percentage. However, why am I saying I'm looking at Bitcoin in this particular instance? It's because the institutions are trying to get in very heavy. Now let's look at this. Bitcoin is hitting a weekly low, and then also it's very close to the monthly low. We tend to like to buy when we're in bull markets. Understand, there's a thing called the crypto winter. My people who've been trading for more than at least 4 years, you know what the crypto winter is. This is when Bitcoin and everything like that could crash more than 50%. It's a part of the game. It's a part of the cycles. You just got to understand the 4-year cycles of Bitcoin. My average right now in my Coinbase account is 89,000. People were telling me then, Kenan, oh man, it's too expensive. I've been buying this since it was in the $600. Every so surely, slowly, again and again. I didn't understand it like I do now back then, but I understand it enough to know that Bitcoin is going to push if the institutions keep loading up like they are. So now I'm up 68,000 in this account. I have more Bitcoin in another account, and I'm looking to play this one for the long term. This is not something that I intend on watching like a hawk. I want to buy this and hold this. If you are a person who likes to buy and hold and literally just hold, put the letter H in the chat for hold, so I know who I'm talking to. And I don't care if it's Bitcoin, I don't care if it's XRP, I don't care if it's whatever it is. If you're a person who likes to actually buy and hold, put an H in the chat. I told y'all the institutions are loading up, and I had brought this to your attention a long time ago. And it was that BlackRock's iShares, the Bitcoin ETF. They're saying that they think that Bitcoin going to 700K. So they loading up in the iShares account to have Bitcoin to supplement it. What do I mean by that? iBit is the third largest revenue driver among the 1,200 funds that BlackRock has. Family, they got 1,200 different ETFs and all of these kind of funds. And they just recently started the cryptocurrency one, the Bitcoin one. They named it iBit so that people could buy it in their retirement accounts just like it's a stock. And now it's the third biggest money maker they ever had. Family, this is the biggest institution in the world. You think they're going to stop doing that? They're not. But over here, we ain't just Bitcoin to the moon or everything to the moon. We like to get down and keep it real with you because I value your time and I respect your time and I respect your viewership. So Bitcoin, if it drops under the $74,000 range, at that point, that's when I would say, okay, I'm going to slow down and I'm going to watch it crash down, because Bitcoin can very well crash down significantly because this thing moves in cycles. The cycles can change because the institutions are now in and they weren't in it before. But since they are now in it, This is where we are going to really dominate the game as they keep pouring in. But Bitcoin isn't the only thing. The second biggest cryptocurrency in the game, and you could buy any of these on Coinbase or wherever you like to buy them, but that's one app that you could get it from, the Coinbase cryptocurrency app for my people who are new. Ethereum. I've been loading up on Ethereum for a long time as well. I remember when this was in the $100 mark and people were saying, oh yeah, it already tapped out, it already got where it's gonna go. Ethereum could very well go to 10,000, if not 15,000. However, understand Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's going to be rocky along the way, but you got to risk it to get the biscuit. And everybody in the past ever who has risked it has made money. And I want to ask you a question. You don't got to answer it in the comments or nothing. I just want you to think about this one. If you would have bought Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these major cryptocurrencies the day that you heard about it, or even the year that you heard about it, would you be up or would you be down? That's really what I want you to think about. Many of y'all heard about Bitcoin back in the 2016s, 2011, back then, but you didn't get into it. And then you heard about it again, 2019, you still didn't get into it. Now it's 2025. How are we going to be looking back at this at 2035, 2045 and thinking, man, those 2025 prices, man. But that doesn't mean that it won't crash in 2030. Anything can happen. It's the name of the game. But everybody who got in Bitcoin and held on to Bitcoin and stayed in for a few years has been rewarded handsomely. And that's what I'm looking to do, get rewarded handsomely. And then Ethereum is pretty much the same way. People are dollar cost averaging into this. They're not throwing all of their money into that once into Bitcoin or Ethereum. So then they're getting paid over time, but not overnight. Sometimes the pay do come overnight, but it's not always like that. You got to be very consistent to ever see a result like that. So Ethereum, this one, I was just loading up on it again recently. 3,800, boom, I'm in there. 4,100, boom, I'm in there. I'm trying to get it in a nice low range. But if it keeps dropping down, I will keep buying it because I got that long-term horizon on it. But like I told you, we looking at these on the low monthly time frames. We looking at these on the low on the weekly time frames so that we can see where are the supports, where are the institutions trying to buy this. Another whale. So we got BlackRock, they buying Bitcoin and they loading up hand over fist on it because it's really bringing them some revenue. We got another company, Bitcoin Immersion, which is one that we've been playing as well in KGU. And speaking of KGU, I finally got the link ready for y'all to be able to join. I know a lot of y'all been asking to join. I got the link in the top of the description. You can actually join. And I'm looking forward to seeing you over there, but only if you are ready and serious about getting your money right. If you're not ready and you're not serious about it, then I would encourage you to just hold off. But everybody else, family, the link is in the top of the comments. I know that I'm talking to the right people and I know who needed to hear it heard. Then the Whale Insider just said that the company Bitcoin Immersion, they just bought 233,000 Ethereum worth almost $1 billion over the past few days. They are trying to load the boat and they betting the house on it. So what am I doing? I'm allocating a piece of my portfolio towards Ethereum, a piece of my portfolio towards Bitcoin, but not just those two. I'm also looking now to establish a position into Solana. But understand, Solana is one of those cryptocurrencies. It's not exactly like Bitcoin, not exactly like Ethereum. This is one that has the potential to go to 500 or even very long term 1,000. However, this is one of the most volatile cryptocurrencies that you actually do have to watch because it often goes from, and you look at it any few years, and I encourage you to do this. Solana will pop up from $200 and go to $300 almost, and then come right back down to $11 before popping back up to about $200. So why is this important? Whenever you see a bear market coming in, and whenever you see, and I want y'all to remember this clearly, the crypto winter coming in, yes, look at your Bitcoins. Yes, look at Ethereum. They're probably dropping fast, but go and get your bags ready. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, sell, or get your watch list ready for Solana when we get to that crypto winter, because this is going to be one that's crazy. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Download the Moomoo app if you want to support the channel and get some free stocks. And the KGU link is in the top of the description. I see y'all over there. Take care.